It's summertime, so I figured let's talk about the beautiful beaches in Connecticut. Let's slather on that sunblock and get started. Hi, I'm Stacy Olson with the Valentini team of William Raveis Real Estate, and on my channel, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about living on the Connecticut shoreline. West Haven has the largest publicly accessible shoreline in the whole state of Connecticut. Honestly, there are so many beaches there, I don't think I'm going to be able to get through all of them, but I'm going to highlight a few of them in this video. So to start off with, West Haven beaches have ample parking. And what I mean by this is when you're driving down Ocean Ave, which is basically where all of the beaches are, there's access point after access point. But beware, because these are all permit parking only. What does that mean, permit parking? Basically, you need to be a West Haven resident to get the West Haven Beach permit. But there are some other ways to get around it. So I did notice some of the lots had spots where you can actually pay, and they have a machine there, or sometimes an attendant will collect money. But it is $2.50 an hour, or it's $25 for a day. And they also mentioned that if you are a non-resident, you can buy a yearly permit for $250. So that would mean you would have the permit on your car and you can access any of these beaches if you would like. But as I was driving around, I did notice there are signs everywhere. They're in the parking lots and they're on pretty much every side street that has any relation to the beach. And it's not just like the first road. It could be several roads up from the beach. And they are just plastered with these West Haven permit parking only signs. So, beware, because they will tow you if you park there without the permit. First, I'm going to talk about Bradley Point Park. This is probably one of the most popular beaches in West Haven. And that's where the almost 2-mile walking path starts. The city of West Haven offers parking at each ends of this walking path. So just so you know when you go. It's a beautiful boardwalk that stretches basically the whole length of the beach in West Haven. Bradley Point also has the Veterans Walk of Honor, which includes memorials for both the Korean and Vietnam Wars. And one more thing about the boardwalk, there's actually a bike path there, so it's nice. They kind of separate out walkers and bikers, which is always a good thing because the bikers obviously want to be traveling a little bit faster. Also, very close to Bradley Point, you're going to have some food options. So directly on the water there's Jimmy's. Across the street you have Turk's, there's Apps. And then recently it was announced that New England Brewing, which currently resides in Woodbridge, Connecticut, is moving to the Savin Rock Convention Center, which has been vacant for a while. And that is right next to Jimmy's. So how amazing is this? They're going to completely redo the facility and have a brewery right on the water in West Haven. I know I'm going to go when it opens. Next is Oak Street Beach. This one is really close to Bradley Point. And really, it's more ideal for like fishermen. There is a long pier, and a few years ago they installed lights so you can go out there any time of day, because most fishermen want to be out either super early or super late. Very rarely will they be out there in the middle of the day with the blazing sun. But it is pretty nice because they have this big open area next to the boardwalk, which is like seating and for picnics. And it's just a nice place to sit down and enjoy the view. Again, there's plenty of beach right there at Oak Street. And again, the boardwalk goes right through it. So you can start walking from there and enjoy the boardwalk for the full stretch of the West Haven shoreline. Next is Altschuler's Beach. This beach is great. Not only does it have a pier and it's right on the boardwalk, but it's right next to Old Grove Park. And as its name sounds, Old Grove Park is a beautiful park full of huge old trees. It's a great place to sit at a park bench and get out of the summer sun, and you have plenty of shade, beautiful trees, a nice ocean breeze. It really is a beautiful area to relax. In this area, there's also bocce courts, horseshoe courts. They have a summer concert series held there. They also have the Savin Rock Festival there every year. So Old Grove Park really is like the heartbeat of the boardwalk, and everything really happens in that area. It's a great place to go and spend your day. Next, Sea Bluff Beach. Again, another beautiful beach. And this is actually one of the largest beaches in West Haven. And not only do you have fishing and swimming and walking, because again, it's right near the boardwalk, but there's a huge playground that was installed there, and there's volleyball nets. So there's plenty to do there. And you know, it's great having a playground, because when you have little kids and they're getting antsy from hanging out at the beach, you could always go to the playground so they can burn off some of that energy. Next up is Sandy Point Beach and Bird Sanctuary. I had mentioned this one in my previous video on West Haven, but this beach is actually the easternmost beach in West Haven, and it's one of the state's foremost locations to observe rare shorebirds. And this bird sanctuary is actually listed on the Connecticut Coastal Birding Trail and has been designated as an important bird area by the Audubon of Connecticut. So, you know, it's really a great place to bring your binoculars and kind of see all of the waterfowl and all the seabirds that are there. I'm not going to say you go there and lay out. It's not that kind of beach. It's more marshy, but definitely bring your kids or your friends, bring some binoculars, and you're definitely going to see some beautiful wildlife there. Then there's Oyster River Beach. This is the westernmost beach in the city of West Haven, and it borders right on Woodmont in Milford, Connecticut. This beach is very quiet. It's a little smaller, it's more rocky, you know, it has like those rocky outcroppings, lots of shells. So if you're someone who likes to go looking for shells, this is the place to be. And what's nice about being there is that right across the street, there's two great restaurants, Dive Bar and Riptide. Both are fun, indoor-outdoor eating areas that offer a great selection of food. Dive Bar is more like bar, pub food, and Riptide is more seafood, but both are great, and they have beautiful views of the beach, and you sit there and the wind is blowing in your face. It's just a really nice place to go and have a meal. And then the last one is Dawson Ave Beach. This one is definitely smaller, but it's really one of my favorites. It's quiet and it's nestled in a West Shore neighborhood, and it has a vast stretch of sand. So I feel like, you know, some of the locals might go there rather than go to some of the other areas, which probably get a lot more people. And right across the street from here is Abbott Park, which proudly boasts the American flag, and there's beautiful flowers planted there. So it's definitely like a hidden gem among all the beaches in West Haven. So you like West Haven beaches, but you don't know much about West Haven, the city? Check out this video to find out all you need to know about living there.